What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. I just want to show you guys my FUT rivals, where we're at. Obviously we don't really discuss FUT rivals much, but once again, I'm very close to Division 2 again. I get to this point literally every week so far. I've got to this point. Sometimes I've got up towards like 21. I think 2190 was the highest skill rating I got. I got to 2150 a couple of weeks ago, like 2170 last week. And once again, I've just cruised all the way up from Division 3 up to almost Division 2. And I'm at that point where I'm like, do I even want to go into Division 2 because of how bad the rewards are compared to Division 4 Rank 1? And I asked Corey today on Twitter, or yesterday by the time you're watching this, is there any news on the imbalance of rewards in FUT Rivals, and B, if there is any news on the fact that Division 3 Rank 1 untradeable is not the double of Division 3 Rank 1 tradable, which is what it is for every other rank in every other division. And Corey responded to me and he said, what I said is any news on the following: the imbalance of rewards, or the issue where Division 3 Rank 1 untradeables display and issue 35k packs instead of 55k packs. And he says, I don't have any news to share personally, no, but we're aware of these both. I'll make a note of it again today for our next report. And whilst it is great to know that EA are aware of it, it's interesting to know that it's not just something they could be like, oh, we got the wrong thing in here, let's quickly change that, or whatever, especially for Division 3 Rank 1 untradables. And I sit here and I think to myself, one of two things. Number one, I could stay in Division 3 or push up to Division 2 if I've got the skill or the time to do so, and off the back of that, potentially get worse rewards next week but play better players that might help me in FUT Champs. Or I could stay in Division 3, get Rank 1 rewards, get the incorrect rewards, and hope that they reissue the rewards to be the correct rewards. Or I can go back down to Division 4 and get great rewards again. I don't know. I don't know what I should do, and it is a real conundrum for me, because on the one hand I want to go up towards Division 2, get better players to play against, get better at the game, and in the long term of the game that will make me a better player, which will get me better rewards. But obviously in this first owner road to glory, short term is sometimes as relevant and important as long term, and short term getting Division 4 rewards is the best thing to do. However, I've already put about 20 to 30 losses on my record from relegating myself constantly, so I don't know where I really want to go with that. Anyway, EA have done the thing again. They have brought back the UCL upgrade packs, and UEFA Marquee matchups is here. Now, I built the Marquee matchups already just off camera. For the first one, Man United versus Juventus, 2 Man United players or Juve players, or maximum of 2 between them. 6 Serie A to Premier League players, 1 UCL rare, which I've got this guy Onyekuru, I think his name is Onyekuru. And then we built, just fleshed a team out there to get 86 chem, 79 rated. It's a little too high on the rating. In fact, probably to the point where I could probably get a Premier League goalkeeper a little lower rated, maybe 4-star. Yeah, that still works. That does still work. Does green work? Green does work. Does Muric work? Wow. I can go down as low as a bronze. Jesus. Alright, so the 54 bronze doesn't work. The 55 doesn't work. The 56 doesn't work. 58 does. Now he's a Liverpool goalkeeper, so I'm not going to use him. There you go. Got it a little bit even easier there. We only get a gold players pack for the first one. In fact, this whole Marquee matchups isn't exactly fantastic by any stretch of the imagination. And then the next one is Borussia versus Atletico Madrid. We've got the common Kalinic there. Not a great card, so I don't mind getting rid of him. We've got 4 Dortmund players in, including a bronze in this one as well. We're 78 rated, which we need to be. We've got 88 chem over 85. And we're going to submit that into this one. Now, the beautiful thing about the UCL upgrade packs and the Champions League SBCs is that they are there for just 2 days this time. Last time they were here, they were there for 3 days. And the reason why that could be very important is because we haven't seen any Europa League stuff just yet. And so with that in mind, with Europa League, we could be seeing Europa League SBC coming on Thursday, which obviously would be fantastic. Now, I need to get some gold commons. I've got a fair few of them from the Premier League. And I've even got a fair few gold rares. In fact, let's just do a full Premier League squad. I'm just going to do one live 2-player pack to start with. I don't really want to use 80s or higher. And I am going to go and build up and like bank again on these UCL upgrade card packs. You know, they were obviously massive to us initially. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they were obviously like massive to us for a lot of our team. And so I'm going to hopefully bank on that and continue to get, let's use Sissoko, I don't think it's worth anything anymore. Continue to get some big upgrades. Obviously, we've got Lloris in the team now. I would love to get a few more good UCL upgrade packs out of the squad that we've got. Now, they're only there for 2 days, but I assume that they'll be back every week. So I don't necessarily have to go balls to the wall this week with them. I might not. We'll just see how it goes. But here we go, guys. 4 packs, and then we're going to get into some more packs and some gameplay for the rest of the video. We got a shiny gold from this 7.5k pack is Cornelius. So yeah, we're going to get some FUT Rivals gameplay in today's episode. Hopefully the player pick pack depends on if I can go and get those players or not for the Chinese Super League SBC to complete that. Maybe we'll do that next episode, I don't know. And then obviously we're going to do some more UCL 2-player packs. I might do those first and do them live. I don't necessarily know. So here we go with our Jumbo Premium Gold pack, a 15k pack. Of course, we packed Verratti out of this yesterday. We're going to get Biglia this time. An 82 rated, not bad. And more importantly, just want the common players. They're going to be really nice for us. All of these players are going to be nice for us, man. It's going to be good because it's going to help us build those UCL packs. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. We'll send both of these guys to the trade pile because they're going to come in handy one day or another too. And then our last pack from the marquee matchups is a gold players pack. 12 items, 12 gold, 1 rare. It's no walkout. Can it be a board though? Is it an inform or a board? It's no board or inform. It's an Argentinian centre-back. It doesn't really matter who it is because they're not going to be useful for us at this stage in the game. We get, again, though, however, a whole bunch of common base players, which is very nice to get. And then for the time being, guys, for right now, let's get this UCL 2-player pack open. How's my luck staying on this account? Well, it's no walkout, so that's a downer straight off the bat. We do get a board, of course. It's Swiss. It's a centre-back. It's Akanji. I mean, it's not a terrible card. It's not ideal, obviously. It's only a +1 to his main card. We get Desciglio there as well, so getting a Juventus player is actually quite nice. Yeah, he's not really ideal. But there you go, guys. That was the first of many packs that we're going to get, and I will be right back. All right, guys, so as we get into some of the UCL upgrade packs, you can probably tell by the title of the video, we did pack UCL Gareth Bale. It wasn't a live reaction. The reason why I wasn't doing these live is because it was quite late at night and I was doing 2 at a time, making sure I was efficient with the club and the items in the club. But we did get him. He will be around the 12-minute mark if you just want to skip to it. I know a lot of you guys aren't here for me. You're just here for the packs. Anyway, we've got some comments, bros. The first one is from Philip Lyons. He says, are you going to get Depay? I mean, initially, my first thought is no. And the reason why is because not only is the League One SBC 400,000 coins, Memphis Depay is a good player that has full expectancy to get a lot of informs this year, and so even his first inform card would take him very close to that League One card, and of course it would be tradable and considerably cheaper than 400,000 coins. Not that I could personally buy it, but my first instinct was no, this just doesn't seem like a logical way to spend 400,000 coins. Secondly, the answer is also no, because we actually pack his UCL upgrade card in these UCL upgrade packs. So I now have an 84 Depay, and that means definitely no. George Peacock says, don't think I've ever been so committed to a series on YouTube. Thanks, Nep. The community loves you. And I love the community, man. And, you know, I don't say it enough, but I thank you guys so much. There's so many times I look at what I've achieved in life, and specifically where I came from in life. You know, I grew up in a place called New Addington, which is in Croydon, or just outside of Croydon, and it is one of the roughest estates in England. I came from very humble beginnings, and I've managed to provide my kids and my family with a fantastic life thanks to you guys. And so if I don't say it enough, I appreciate it a lot. And one of the things that gets me the most is that there are hundreds of comments on every video, hundreds of tweets every day. People send me messages via Facebook, via Instagram, via Reddit, and I can't respond to them all. But rest assured, if you've sent me a message, it's likely that I've read it, and I appreciate you and your support and your what George said, your commitment to me and to my channel and my social media journey, because it has genuinely changed my life, and I'm very, very grateful, even if sometimes I get antsy and arsy. Trust me, I'm grateful. Jack says, hi Nep, there's one way to make polls. There's a way to make polls which pop up during the video in the top right corner, which would make getting feedback from us, the viewers, a lot easier, such as a question at the end for Oscar or Augusto. I didn't know that. So you learn something new every day. Thank you, and I will use it now. Probably not this video because we've got no reason to, but thank you, Jack. I appreciate it. That guy Games says, "Hey Nep, what is your favorite color?" I'm not falling for that one, pal. You know, this is a classic case of social engineering. You're on one of the hacking questions. Favorite color? Ooh, so I'll tell you what my favorite color is. Orangey, bluey, green, red, and yellow. All right, there we go. Happy days. Thanks for coming. Mikhail Khan says, Nep. He actually says, hey Nep, but I shortened it because I'm like that sometimes. I vouch for the guy that said his team is nowhere near the level of yours, and he did not come up against any players nearly as good as yours. The same goes for my team. My best players are, yeah, I rarely come up against teams of the caliber you are coming up against. I also have come Elite 3 twice this year now, so similar placements to you. All the best. And that is super interesting to me. And it makes me question a few things. Makes me question, number one, is team rating and team an impact in matchmaking? And here is the pie. And number two, is the region or the time of day that you play so important in how you play? Also, I wonder if it takes into consideration your rivals rank in any regard for matchmaking. That's got to be something that we can potentially consider. But yeah, there was a lot of comments like yours, Mikhail. Like one guy in the comment section, I don't know if you guys could be bothered to scroll through. I should have actually grabbed it. I don't know why I didn't. He said that he gets like 23, 24 wins all the time. He's got like 100, 150k team, and he only ever comes up against like 1 or 2 super teams per week. I would love to come up only against 1 or 2 super teams. Now, don't get me wrong. Not every team I've come up against has been outrageous. But I'd say at least half the teams I came up against were as good as mine or better. And there you go, guys. That is Gareth Bale, UCL. Oh, when I saw that Welsh flag, I knew I was in the money. That is a 1 million coin player there. And he fits perfectly into our team. Not on perfect chemistry, but we replace him with Riyad Mahrez on that right wing spot. He soft links to Thomas Partey, so he gets up to 8 chemistry. And I was so happy, man. Gareth Bale, UCL, happy days. Babyface0895 says, hey Nep, first let me say I'm a huge fan. Been with you since FIFA 14. And thanks to you, I've improved my gameplay so much. My question is, I've seen in your last few episodes, especially today's, that you try and guess where your opponent will shoot by moving your goalkeeper, and the majority of those times you've left an open goal to concede. I'm just wondering why you actually think moving your goalkeeper works, or is it best to play it safe and let the keeper save shots normally? It's actually tricky, because obviously you only see the times where moving the keeper isn't effective, because I only show the goals, right? So there are so many times where I've moved the keeper and he's actually saved the shot. One thing that I've experienced recently and noticed over playing a lot today is that if you move the goalkeeper, like I try and move it mostly for finesses at the top of the box. There seems to be an issue though, where even if you move it into the right area, the goalkeeper will actually dive out the way of the shot, and that's very frustrating. And I think it's actually not that effective unless you're certain it is a finesse shot to the far post and you just move him. And what I've had a few issues with is moving them a bit too much. So quite often, even like today, I played a game just now, just before I started recording this video, and my goalkeeper was in the middle and the guy's going for a finesse shot to the far post, and I moved him so far that the finesse shot actually went inside him and inside the inside post because I moved him a bit too far. So I'm still trying to figure it out and work it out. I do concede some goals to it. You know, that guy beat me 3-1 with the Neymar free kick because I moved it. That might have been a game where I got a draw or maybe came back to win if I didn't concede a goal like that. But this is FUT Rivals, so I don't care if I concede goals and lose games here, because FUT Rivals is literally a testing ground for me for FUT Champs. It is a testing ground where I can practice and try these things and see if I actually can find new ways to be better at this game. So with that in mind, It's still, for me, it's still just trial and error constantly. You know, I'm still just trying to figure out the best way to do it. But definitely the biggest problem with the goalkeepers is that I found that they are diving out of the way far too often, and it is a problem. You know, the only problem is that then obviously on the flip side is if you don't move them at all, then you're liable to concede the finesse shots to the far post even more often. So that's what I would say to that. Addict D says, "Hey Nep, I don't understand why you aren't doing Marco Reus SBC. He is an insane card and it won't cost you much because you already have high-rated players in your club." You're right on 2 accounts. He is an insane card for an SBC, and I can do him for extremely cheap because of the cards that I have in my account. All the UCL upgrade cards that are nice and high-rated, the Handanovic, even Vertonghen I could use, you know, no problem at all. Marco Reus on PlayStation is down to 380,000 coins from scratch right now. He's still there for 8 days though, so I wonder and I'm interested if he continues to go down, especially after packing Depay and Gareth Bale. However, I have no reason to put this card onto my bench, you know, and that is the only place he would get to. He would get to my bench. I could start him. Because of Sané and Trezeguet. It'd be very easy to trap him in and get him on at least 8 chemistry. But generally speaking, like, if I hadn't packed Bale today and Depay today, I'd be sitting here saying to you, "Yep, we're going to work on him over the next 8 days and I'm going to get him 100%. But because I packed that Bale and Depay, I sit and I just think, what a waste. You know, 381,000 coins. If we take away the untradables, like I know I can do the Player of the Month squad for basically for nothing, so I'd save 170,000 coins there. So we'd be looking at about 200,000 coins for that Marco Reus card, plus some of the packs back, maybe 150k, 180k, and clearing out a whole bunch of untradables. I don't know if it's worth it or not. I genuinely just don't know. I'm unsure as to whether or not I want to put those untradables in there. The beautiful thing is we've got 8 days to decide. We don't have to make any rash decisions. We can think about it deeply. We don't have to rush into a decision. But yeah, basically, bottom line is right now, as we get ourselves another walkout, bottom line is right now is that I just don't need him. This is actually a walkout from one of those packs. I bought one of those packs because I thought, let's see if we can get something good. And just in the meantime, get some players for the UCL upgrades. And we end up getting Dries Mertens, which was quite sick. UAV says, would you consider doing an Icon SBC in the future if you packed a low-tier Icon? I would actually consider putting David Trezeguet into an Icon SBC if the Icon was right. And once again, the reason behind that is because I have so many top quality attackers that, as good as David Trezeguet is and has been for me over the past 300 or so games, if I could swap him for an Henry or a Michael Ballack or a Rio Ferdinand or something like that, I absolutely would. Specifically, I don't know if Thierry Henry is going to require 1 or 2 icons. If Henry requires 2 icons, I still would potentially consider dropping David Trezeguet for Thierry Henry. If someone like Michael Ballack required 1 icon or even 2 icons, I would also then consider dropping David Trezeguet for Michael Ballack. So yeah, I mean, when the time is right, we'll consider getting rid of Trezeguet to upgrade to a more relevant icon for our squad. But currently in the meantime, don't really need to get rid of him. I actually think what I was talking about with that Neymar free kick, by the way, I actually think that's this game. So spoiler alert, Neymar scores a free kick in this game. One of the reasons why I moved the goalkeeper in this game, though, is because I'm trying to anticipate when people go to cross the ball to move my keeper out to get the ball so that we don't concede headers, because one of the things I concede the most is headers, right? So that's kind of what I was going for. In this game, that's a great finish from Willian, by the way. In this game, when I did concede the goal to Neymar to make it 3-1, I was anticipating him to cross it, and I should have waited until he powered it up before I moved the goalkeeper. I went way too early. Like, right here, he's got a free kick. I kind of feel like, Bale should probably intercept that anyway, and maybe the guy on the line should intercept that. But I went to try and stop the cross, and it just went straight into the back of the net. So fair play to that guy. And then last but not least, Joshy Viner says, if assisted passing is what is causing misplaced passes, would you ever try manual passing? Surely it would fix it, or would it make passes worse? I mean, I used to play manual in FIFA 15 quite a lot because I was very good at FIFA 15. I wish I kind of don't because, you know, the butterfly effect and all that, but I wish that FIFA 15 had FUT champs, because I do believe I would get top 100 quite comfortably, because I was spectacular at that game, to the point where I would play in Division 1 manual just to give myself a challenge. You know, if you go back and watch some of my FIFA videos, I did manual challenges back then, and I was just very good at it. In terms of manual passing, if I initially switched to manual passing, it would cost me a lot of games very, very, very early on until you mastered it. But absolutely, you could make a case that if you could adapt to manual passing and become a pro or very good at manual passing, you would be able to considerably improve your game. And for me, that is definitely something that we can look at in due course, but I don't know whether it's absolutely worth it. So this is coming towards the end of the video now, guys, and just as we get to the end of the video here, I'm near Division 2 again, and I'm coming up against people that just play a wildly different game of FIFA. You know, this guy here, he didn't even try an attack. He ended up tweeting me after I tweeted out saying that this guy just literally didn't, you know, this is the kind of boring elo that I'm at. Like, people aren't even trying to attack. It's FUT rivals, like, let's go. And then I've moved up a few more elo points since then. I'm up near the 2100 mark now. I'm actually over the 2100 mark now. And people, it's just constant pressure, tiki-taka, ping-pong passing 24/7. And it is a wild adjustment for me. So I am glad I'm up here, because I'm going to have to adjust and get used to this kind of play. But it is a wild adjustment. But anyway, guys, you're just looking at some trade pile sales right now, which is fantastic. This is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rate, and comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.